Hey guys, this is J. Michael Manley, and I just wanted to touch base with you. I'd spoken with Kathy and actually was planning on scheduling to come down to meet with you guys, and unfortunately I had double booked, and so I'm not going to be able to be there with you today. But I wanted to give you a little bit of information about myself, and I know you've got Bold coming up, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Bold and what Bold has done for my life. I actually came to Keller Williams from another company back in 2009, actually April 1st, 2009. When I got to Keller Williams, I was pretty much at the lowest of the low. My mother-in-law had come over to visit me and my new wife at an apartment that we lived at, and while we were there, the power gets shut off because I didn't have the money to turn it back on, and we just didn't have the money to pay the bill. And so, when the market had shifted, it kind of shifted on me instead of, me riding the wave. And because of that, we made the decision to come to Keller Williams. April 1st, 2009, came to Keller Williams, had started with Keller Williams and originally had built my business on the phone. And so I was good morning, this is Michael Manley with Keller Williams Realty. Can I help you, Joe? I'm so great, fantastic, wonderful. You'd be offended if I just come out and take a look. Wouldn't be a good time for you. I got a 1:30, 3:30, 5:30 appointment. And that's what I did all of 2009. And just getting back on the phone, starting to build some business back again. But in December of 2010, I had my team leader actually came to me and he said, hey, look, there's this new class that's coming to Keller Williams. It's called Bold, a business objective, a life by design is what it means. And I really didn't understand what that meant. He just told me it was a class coming. I've always been a strong learning-based agent. And so I was like, yeah, I'd love to come. And he said, well, the class is $799. And I was like, ooh, yeah. I'm living with my mother and father-in-law. We don't have the money to pay $799 for a class. And I said, why don't we do this? Why don't you pay for it, and I'll just pay you back on every closing so that I can pay for it that way. He said, no, I wouldn't do that. He said, you got to have some skin in the game. So what I did is I decided to actually go and take my car payment that I had saved up for January of 2010, and I used that money to pay for Bold. Started in Bold, like I said, in January of 2010, started going along, and about 2 weeks into Bold, I realized that if I was going to continue to do this, what I was going to have to do was actually get some help. I needed somebody to come in and enter listings into the MLS, help me kind of with that type of stuff, not the stuff I was not good at. And so I made the decision, said whatever it takes, failure is not an option. I'm going to find someone to come in and work for me. So I was looking for some teenagers just to come in and enter listings in the afternoon. And then I remembered that my mom was working part-time. And so I went to my mom and I said, hey, look, I'd love to take you to lunch. And, just got some things I'd want to run by you. And she's like, yeah, sure. So I took my mom to lunch and she didn't know she was going to have to pay because I didn't even have the money to pay for my mom for lunch. And so she ended up paying for lunch. And at that point, I asked her, I said, I know you're working part-time. Would you come in and just work for me 3 days a week, 2 hours a day? Just put stuff in the MLS. And oh, by the way, I can't pay you right now. So she said, yes, she would come in and do that. And I said, well, in 6 weeks, I should finish Bold. And if I can't pay you when we finish Bold, I understand if you need to go in and do something else. So I went through Bold, just really kind of going through and making it happen. April 1st, 2010 rolled around, and I had not capped. And so I was like, okay, we're at least getting stuff in the pipeline. September the 28th, 2010, that's when I capped. I was at Mega Camp. Actually, my mom ended up at that point because we were paying her, so she hung around. But my mom at that point actually went to the closing for me and sent me a text message while I was at Mega Camp. Said, it's closed and you've capped. So while I was at Mega Camp, everybody was on stage. There was this young kid. He's sitting on the stage. He didn't even sit in a chair right. Had white patent leather shoes on. I'll never forget it. And a white patent leather belt with a Nike belt buckle that looked like it was as big as my head. And that gentleman turned out to be Adam Hergenrother, and he said something to me. He said, I don't sell real estate. I own a company that sells real estate. And it was at that point, that was another mindset shift for me. And so everybody that was on stage that time at technology camp for Mega Camp, they were all using internet lead generation. And I was like, well, I don't know, I didn't even send a tweet until that Mega Camp. And I was like, I don't know anything about internet. I can't even log into my eAgency site. I have no clue about any of that stuff. I'm just a telephone guy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And so based on that, there was a gentleman was on stage. I seen him out in the expo center. I said, hey, what you got? What are you currently using to generate leads? And he took me over to the market leader booth before there was ever eEdge or any of that stuff. They had a product called Realty Generator. And I ended up signing up for Realty Generator at that time. I remember calling my wife. I filled out all the paperwork, and I said, don't call my wife until don't turn this paperwork in until I called my wife and make sure it's okay. Which I never got enough nerve up to do until the last day of Mega Camp. Finally called her. I caught her on a good day, and I said, hey, there's this website here. It's $1,500 a month. However, I think it'll allow us to start leveraging a team and building out a team. What do you think? And she's like, if you think you can make it happen, do it. And kind of the rest of it's been history. 2011, we did 55 units 55 homes as a team. In 2012, we did 85 homes as a team. 2013, we did 154 homes as a team. And right now, as of this year, we've done 81 properties as a team. So we're continuing to grow. We continue to push through. I'm actually just signed up, I'm on my way right now to Durham, North Carolina to teach tomorrow. But I'm on my way. I've gone to Asheville this morning, North Carolina, to attend my 5th Bold. And I don't foresee myself not continuing to take Bold. This was my 5th Bold that I had taken, and this morning I got out of there something that I needed. And what that was is that reticular activator, that thing that's in your brain that when you buy a new car and you think you've got the only one in town and driving it home you pass 3 on the way home, that reticular activator is a pretty strong piece. And the thing I got this morning from Bold was, if you feel like you're a leader, or if you feel like you're not a leader, or if you feel like you're a good agent, or if you feel like you're not a good agent, if you feel like you're great at systems, or you feel like you're not great at systems, or if you feel like you're great at lead generation, or you feel like you're not great at lead generation, what's going to happen is that reticular activator that's in there between your 2 ears, it's going to give you exactly what you think you are. Because you're going to start to see evidence of exactly what you think you are. So Henry Ford, where he said, if you think you can or you think you can't, either way you are right. And so I want to just call out to you and say, if you think you can't attend Bold, you're right. But if you think that you can attend Bold, you're right. And it doesn't matter what it takes. Make it happen. It can be the change point in the rest of your life. What you learn in the next 7 weeks in Bold can change not only your life, but your family's life and your family's life. And so from the bottom of my heart, guys, I hope that I can get to Augusta to come in and teach for you guys one day. That's where my passion is teaching other agents to do what I've been doing. And just want to know that, if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out, and I hope to be in Augusta soon. I'm Bold. How about you?